The demand has been tremendous. It started in late February, early March, and it's just frankly intensified throughout this entire period to a point where I'd say now is really our strongest point of demand. We saw some interesting shifts. We deliver to 3 major cities, right? So northeast of New York, Philadelphia, DC. Cities were always strong for us. Where we saw the big growth is probably where you are, is out in the suburbs. Yes, it's been challenging, but I think the team has done a remarkable job of rising to the challenge and really, we're getting to a point now where we're capable of taking all of it. And we saw things like 600% increases in customers coming in and shopping the store, which was daunting at first, but I think they did a great job of reacting to it.
Yeah, I mean, as a customer, I did notice some of the bumps along the way, and I'm sure it had to do with just so many people wanting so much from you all at once. I saw there were different times where you all put limits, whether it was for a $750 limit per order, or maybe it was 50 items that you were allowed to have at 1.2, as much as you wanted of those 50 SKUs, but 50 different SKUs that you could have. Normally, I would have multiple deliveries during the week from you, but obviously because of demand, I just had the one. So you must have been seeing some real issues, and I just wonder, what was that? Was it trying to deal with workers and protect them, trying to just deal with the flood of people coming in, and how prepared do you feel at this point?
So we feel very prepared now, and yes, it was all of the above. What was interesting was it wasn't just an increase of consumers coming in and customers coming in, but it was how much they wanted to buy. And because the delivery, just as you said, because the delivery slots were tight, people were buying more and more. And it got to the point where I was anecdotally hearing stories about somebody who got a spot would buy food for all of their neighbors on their floor in their building. And that's why that was sort of the magic ticket for us, which was to put a limit on it. And by putting the limit on it, it allowed us to get actually more throughput through the building. And we also did limit the SKUs a little bit. I think it was our thought at the time was it was more important to let people have access to a T-bone steak or a porterhouse steak as opposed to 9 different varieties of the porterhouse steak. So we said, okay, let's have one available, but the grass-fed, the organic, the prime, the dry aged, we're going to limit it down to 1. And that worked well for us.
Yeah, I appreciated that more than the dollar limit, too. David, just in terms of the food supply chain and some of the issues we've seen in the country at this point, what issues did you all come upon in terms of what you could get access to? And are there any problems with that at this point, or has that all worked its way out?
For us, it was not our biggest challenge, but a lot of it has to do with the nature of our business as well. We are very heavily focused and fresh and weighted on fresh food. So it's the meat, the produce, the seafood, the deli, the cheeses, and the kitchen, the prepared foods. That's what most of our customers are buying from us. And when you think about those different categories, we have really, really tight relationships with all of the growers and the manufacturers and the farmers and the ranchers. So communicating with them regularly, giving them an insight into what we were seeing, allowed them to plan accordingly for us. And as a result, that was not our biggest challenge. And, from everything we're hearing today, they're on really solid footing.